Well, hello, and thank you for joining us for our Sunday edition of Stories of Great Christians. And with that, we are exploring the life of William Borden. And with William, we are now, I believe, in chapter 19, which we just finished 18 yesterday. And so let's take a listen and hear what's coming up from Moody Bible Institute.
I'm terribly sorry to be late.
Well, now that you're here, we can begin, gentlemen. I've held this directors' meeting for only one purpose. The National Bible Institute is out of money. Now I know that each of you is contributing to the work, and it's not my idea to put any pressure on any of you to do more. That would be a temporary measure at best. What I'm looking for is a way to avoid this situation happening in the future.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes, Bill?
I think it's obvious from the general reaction that we all knew this was happening. I've taken the liberty of arranging for an interview with Miss Mary Brayton. She's the head of the accounting department of the China Inland Mission. I think when you've heard how CIM manages its affairs, you'll want to adopt their plan.
Oh, we'd like to meet her. When will she be coming?
This afternoon at 2.
Well then, if there's no further business to be brought before the board, I suggest we adjourn until 2 this afternoon. Thank you. Bill, would you close in prayer? We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 19 of This One Thing I Do, the story of William Borden. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. It's a pleasure to have you here, Miss Brayton.
Thank you, Mr. Shelton. When Mr. Borden spoke to me about coming, I was thrilled.
Bill seems to think that the way the CIM manages its affairs is the way we ought to do it.
Well, we think it's the only really scriptural way, Mr. Shelton. And so far, God has shown his approval.
Fine. I think we ought to hear about it.
Yes, well,
Yes.
Owe no man anything but to love one another. That is the scriptural injunction by which we arrange our financial matters. We never make a purchase, large or small, unless there is money on hand to pay for it. And by carefully estimating our running expenses and putting aside a daily proportion of the income, whatever it might be, to meet them, well, there are always funds in hand for coming charges.
You mean such as utilities and so forth?
Exactly. Of course, one cannot be running out every day to pay one's gas bill, but we can and we do put aside $1.50 a day, or whatever the proportion may be, toward it.
And this really works?
Oh, yes. Now, for instance, we paid the rent on Saturday, but on Monday we began just the same, putting the money away for the next quarter. And these funds are rarely drawn upon for any other purpose. We reckon that we've spent the money already. And as to other things, we never give an order unless we have actual cash in hand to meet it. Gentlemen, we do not draw on probabilities.
If the China Inland Mission can do it, never making an appeal for funds or taking a collection, surely we can. It just takes much prayer and watchfulness. I don't think we ought to buy even a broom until we have money in hand to pay for it.
We've tried, God knows we have. But here we are, $5,000 in debt.
I don't see how we could have done it any other way. We desperately needed everything we had to purchase.
I'm afraid we've been hasty, but that's neither here nor there.
The question now is, how do we get out from under it?
I hate to run off on this meeting, but I have to catch the 204 back to Princeton.
I know, Bill. I don't see how you can afford us the time you do.
I'll have to run for it. Mr. Monroe, take this and finish things up. Sorry to run like this, but I have to make that train.
Greets,
God.
Well, what is it, Monroe?
I just thought he was scribbling something, some suggestion or something.
Well, why? What was it he gave you?
A check. A check for $5,200. We're out of debt.
Hey, where is he? Have you seen him yet?
Well, it's hard to say with everybody in these silly farmer's clothes.
I know he'll be here.
Oh, of course. Bill Borden missed his first-class reunion. That's too far out of the question to even... Hey, look. Isn't that him?
Where?
You see, that one walking real funny in his blue overalls and that hat.
It's Bill, all right. I'd remember that hat anywhere.
Bill? Hey, Bill!
Charlie, Jim.
Good to see you.
Oh,
Good to see you, Bill. Oh,
Has it been 3 years?
yeah, more than that.
You don't look any different than you ever did, either one of you.
Oh, is that so? How about now? My straw hat off.
Hey, you're getting bald.
I just tell everyone that I was voted the hair most likely to recede at Yale.
Oh, it's so good to see you fellas. What days we spent here, huh?
Yeah, if all the reports I keep getting are true, you aren't any less busy than you were here.
Oh, I get a chance every now and then to sit and rest.
On the train, going from one place to another.
That's about it, when I'm not studying.
You graduate this year, don't you, Bill?
That's right.
Well, then what? China? Or have you given that up?
Oh, not a bit. As things look now, I'll be taking off for Switzerland as soon as school is out for a few weeks of resting up.
The way you used to praise the joys of mountain climbing, I can just see the kind of resting you'll be doing.
And after the push of the last few years, Charlie, climbing the Jungfrau or the Wetterhorn will be a rest.
I imagine so.
Then I'm coming back here for a few months, Lord willing, make a tour of a number of colleges and universities for the student voluntary movement. And then I'll be presenting the need of the Muslim countries.
Well, it figures. You're going to them yourself, aren't you?
Again, Lord willing. After that, I'm off to language study in Cairo, where I study the Quran, language, most of all, the whole attitude of the Muslims. I don't want to walk into China completely unprepared.
That sounds just great, Bill, honestly.
And I can hardly wait to get started, especially to Switzerland. A couple of good climbs there, and I'll be ready to take on the world.
Good afternoon, Mr. Borden. Sit down.
I suppose you know why I'm here, Doctor.
I'm afraid not.
It's about Mr. Shelton. He is a patient of yours, isn't he?
That's right.
Well, word has reached me that he's in very poor health, and I'd like to know just how bad his condition is.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, Mr. Borden, you realize that as a rule, a doctor doesn't discuss other patients.
Well, perhaps I can convince you of the importance of this, Doctor. Don Shelton is a self-sacrificing, dedicated man.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
If it hadn't been for just an odd, offhand remark, none of us might have suspected his condition, and he'd continue right on giving himself until he had nothing left to give.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I can face him with your decision about his condition, I think we'll be able to convince him to take the necessary rest. But if we have nothing at all tangible to go on, he'll just laugh it off and go right on
Killing himself.
I don't know, Doctor. That's why I came to ask you.
Well, that's exactly what he'll do if he doesn't take a long rest immediately. His health is extremely run down, Mr. Borden.
Thank you, Doctor. I think we'll be able to do something about it.
If Mr. Sheldon, we should thank you, Mr. Borden. Your concern may very well save his life.
You'd better hurry, William. You're to be in Alexandria Hall in 15 minutes.
Coming! Oh, where's the time gone? Seems no time at all since I was dressing in robes for the Yale graduation.
And now you're about to graduate from Princeton Seminary.
I'm still wondering what happened to final examinations.
Well, I believe you squeezed them in between trips to and from New York.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd missed them.
Maybe finally now, eh, William?
What's that, Mother?
You'll relax. You'll get out from under all you've been doing and relax for a while.
Maybe, but only for a little time.
Oh, your trip to Switzerland will do you a world of good.
Switzerland? Oh, Mother, I can't believe it. Have I been that busy?
What are you talking about?
My Switzerland trip, it's been postponed.
It's been what?
Well, you see, Mother, Don Shelton's been in very bad health recently, and he's been told if he doesn't take a rest, he'll be pretty well done for.
So you are taking over the leadership of the National Bible Institute.
Only for a short time, Mother, till Don's back on his feet.
Oh, William, and you looked forward to that trip so.
I may still be able to go, Mother, later this summer.
The pace at which you live, William, it has always worried me, and it never seems to let up. Almost as though you were trying to live your entire life inside the space of a few years.
That may be prophetic.
And we owe it to the fathers who went before us, who stand afraid at no opportunity and flinch at no call. They taught us the glory of unswerving fidelity. The men who have gone out from these halls have always known the duty of staying by duty until the sun went down. They were taught that God is patient and that his servants need not be anxious or afraid. The times we face today are God's gift to us, and not his gift only, but his test of our worthiness to be the heirs and executors of such a past. The seminary has always sought to breed in her sons a dauntless and unfearing supernaturalism. The missionary enterprise is too vast for a mere human will to sustain. Its difficulties, its necessities, its problems, its ideals call for God. Its sufficiency is in him alone. Here, men learn that God was in the beginning, and that God stands back of the end. With God and for God, such men have dared all things, and have not fainted nor grown weary.
Glad to have you here, Borden.
I'm a little staggered by the number of things Don was doing here at the Institute.
I think with the kind of race you've been running that this would be almost a vacation.
We'll see, won't we?
Tell you why I stopped in like this the first day.
Go ahead.
Well, as usual, we're in financial trouble. I don't know any other way to put it.
I knew that.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew where we stood, Mr. Borden.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Monroe. Do you believe that the promises of God are sure? They can be depended upon?
Why, of course.
Do you believe that he could solve these financial difficulties? That he would if we'd ask him?
Certainly, he's done it many times.
I've done it many times, Mr. Monroe. Maybe it's because it's been easier to reach into my pocket than to pray and to prove God.
God has used you to do it.
In a way, I suppose that's true, but he never really received the honor for it, did he? He never received the honor for giving my family our millions. What I intend to see, when I have anything to say about policy here at National Bible Institute, is God providing, God answering, God receiving the honor and glory for his own work.
Then you won't take care of our debt.
No. I'll do all I can to see that it's spent wisely, but the money will have to come from God.
And so we conclude chapter 19 of This One Thing I Do, the story of William Borden. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
Well, he has a good point there. Just because he had been supporting the ministries, and he was wealthy enough to do so, sometimes, even though God moves upon you, and he did support gladfully and joyfully, sometimes we need to let others see that it's not by our might, not by our hands, not by our will that things get done, but rather that God is at work in the hearts of other men and other women and believers to support his will, whether we, the living, are still around to do it. Because God's always the God of the living. But what happens when we're gone? Will the work continue? It's a good thought from William Borden. And his mother was pretty prophetic there, because sometimes if you complete your homework fast enough, well, God calls you home. Your work's done. And that may be the case with William Borden. We'll continue to listen next week when we listen to chapter 20 and 21. But until then, well, the Lord be with you all, and may you grow in grace, and may we look forward to seeing you again, should the Lord will. Till then, God bless, have a wonderful day, and grow, and grow.